subdivision on the Back Bay.
Where the Shell Mound subdivision is?
No, it's past the Shell Mound.
Oh, it's farther south.
Oh, let's see.
Fairview Isles?
Huh?
Fairview Isles?
Yeah, and
Before
on the way that
Santini?
motel, that was a Commodore.
So the Commodore was down pretty far.
Isn't that it?
I think it was the Commodore, yeah.
Now
I'm
back
sure
then,
it is.
Fran, do you remember driving on the beach?
On the beach? Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
You remember driving a car right on the beach?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did
that
you
must-
guys do it a lot?
No, it wasn't very long. See, I was on the beach starting in, let's see, 35. My house was built in 35, okay? So you can figure.
So about 1945, around the
It's
war. Tell us what you remember about the war. You were probably what, 14?
And they kept telling us that the German submarines were out there.
Yeah.
And did you see them? A lot
I
of people
never
say
saw it.
they saw the lights.
You could see a lot of different lights.
Bill Meller saw him.
Huh?
Bill Meller saw this. He was a what are the Boy Scouts that were on the Sea Scouts? He was a Sea Scout. He was out on a boat one night, and a German sub came up to him while he was out with a bunch of kids. When he was like 16 years old,
Wow.
this German submarine came up, and they.
Never forget that, right?
Oh yeah, he was like. It's his birthday today. But they canceled his party because he's
this
sick.
is a 99-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Are you on Facebook, Kathy?
I am not.
Yeah, the 99-year-old. I guess instead of taking me to Chatelet right across the street, if you don't mind, if you could drop me home, if you don't mind.
Oh, no, you said that...
Because the party was canceled.
Yeah, he's not feeling well today.
Yeah, and that's scary because she keeps saying it. Dad's going soon. She's been saying that for 10 years. I don't see Bill Meller going anywhere very fast.
Good.
Do you know the story of Bill Meller?
I don't. Do you, Fran?
Did he live on the beach?
He lived on the beach from 1950 to 62, and
he was not married, but he is married.
No, he married. He's been married for 76 years, 77 years.
Oh.
He was the one who fought to save Estero Bay with Carter Cummings, Vince Haunch. Do you recognize any of those names?
No.
Back in the 50s, he started the LCCA, the Lee County Conservation Association. And he campaigned to save Estero Bay from getting dredged and filled and looking like Cape Coral. There's documentaries. I can send them to you.
Okay.
I can get your email if you prefer to get YouTube videos. There's documentaries about Bill's efforts.
Get ready. I'm just, you're talking over my head.
Well, tell us about what you remember about the 40s, like when you were in high school. Watch out. Oh, sorry. When you were in high school and the war effort, like what was happening during the war?
We had this. That's terrible.
Like when you were like maybe 15.
The cottages at, I can't think, what were they called? Everything on the beach was rented, and we even rented our house, but we had...
Oh, rented to military people?
Uh-huh,
okay.
Yeah, and we had those cottages of Uncle Leonard's, Side O.C. cottages. Yeah, Side O.C. cottage.
Side O.C. cottages, and were they rented to the relatives of the personnel who were out at the base out in Buckingham?
Yeah. They all had to be officers, I guess. Officers could only live off base, right?
Right.
Yeah. So these were all officers. Oops.
Sorry, Fran.
It's all right.
Hang on.
And what else? What my mom was telling me during the war effort, she was born in 21. She was about 10 years older than you, but she was telling me how everything during the war effort was like you would turn in aluminum and turn in metals so they could use it all for making things in the war. Do you remember something like that?
Oh yeah.
Tell me about that. What was that like?
It's not that much to tell about it. You just saved your cans and turned them in.
Wow.
Hey, that was a lucky one.
Yeah.
And they had a collection.
Yeah, they came
Center?
by and picked them up.
Well, they came by and picked them up.
Now, see, that's what I was trying to figure out. My mind is not very good.
Well, that's all right. You're sharing a lot of information.
Sea cottages
Sido Sea cottages
were there, and Uncle Leonard owned them, but we were there to take care of them.
Okay.
His wife was not business-wise or anything.
What was his wife's name again?
Nell.
Nell, that's right.
And so we were over there all the time, and there was 7 cottages, and all of them were officers that were there.
Wow.
And it was nice.
Now, how do you say that? Sido Sea. S-I-D-E?
S-I-D-O-C. Maybe it was just the way we said it all the
Yeah,
time.
Sido Sea. Where were they located?
Okay. It didn't get blown over. What motel was that?
Lonnie Kai?
Lonnie
It was
Kai.
right by the
Oh,
Lonnie
really?
Kai.
They were by Lonnie Kai.
That property right
Wow.
there.
Leonard owned quite a bit of property. Jeez.
Who?
Leonard?
Leonard.
Leonard. Now, what was your dad's name?
Cyril.
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 Cyril Santini. Now, what did your father do?
He was a fisherman.
Oh, he's a fisherman.
Net fisherman.
So he did mullet fisherman. He's a net fisherman?
Yeah.
Wow.
And, Uncle Nick fished too, but he would generally went after Pompano and the ones out in the Gulf.
Oh, he'd go out offshore.
Yeah.
And did you say Uncle Nick?
Uncle Nick.
So there was the 3 brothers? How many?
More?
7 brothers and 1 sister.
No wonder there's so many Santinis in town.
Yeah.
So what about milk? Do you remember milk delivery?
Milk?
Yeah, did you ever have Hart's Dairy deliver milk to
I think so.
Yeah?
We had milk delivered to our house.
Believe it or not, when I first moved here, we had milk delivered to our house too, and I can remember them bringing it. It was like a present getting milk.
Where did you live?
I lived in the villas, South Fort Myers.
When they first got there?
When I first moved in, my dad worked for the FAA, which is at Page Field. He worked there. He was the assistant chief, and we lived about a mile south of that.
Oh, okay.
And Hart's Dairy was the local dairy. They had their cows in North Fort Myers, which is where Hart Road is named after, and then they had their processing plant right there on Jackson Street, Jackson and MLK. And when I was a kid, I remember it. But they closed. They sold their cows to MacArthur Dairy.
I got 2 of them. Is one of them yours?
I didn't grab one. One might be Nancy's.
I wrote on the back of mine. No, I don't think, because somebody gave me their address. They wanted me to talk to them. Nope. I guess one is Kathy's.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Or maybe whoever. I didn't pick them up. Somebody, had them.
Well, that was a wonderful open house. They
That
did a
was.
great job with that.
Oh.
They should have sold tickets for how many people got to take pictures with Fran.
I know.
They should have given $1 a piece. They would have gotten $100.
You got the right street.
Photos with Fran. They need to market that. Photos with Fran.
Did it too soon.
It's okay, Fran. That's okay. Yes, that was just a wonderful, wonderful afternoon.
Hey, I'll tell you, she has, I wanted to tell her and thank her. She is doing a beautiful job.
Be sure and call her and do that, because I can tell you when I was president, not one person called me and told me I was doing a good job. They called to tell me what I was doing wrong. And when it's a volunteer position, that's pretty discouraging. And Ellie is working really hard, so you make a point to call her.
Have you got her number?
I did. Hang on just a second. Let's call her right now and just tell her.
Okay.
Okay.
This would be the appropriate time to call anyway, if she's home. Or
If not, we can leave a message.
Yeah, or she has. Hey, can undo the trunk?
Oh.
Or is it?
I don't know how to do that. There we go. There we go. Might have to be on.
Huh?
Hang on just a second.
Is it no? No? Hey, she's looking at you.
Are you trying to break into my car? Fran wanted to give Ellie a call real quick and just tell her what a great job she did. Okay, Ellie's gonna, this is Ellie. Man. Hi, is this Ellie?
You asked.
Hi, Ellie. It's Kathy Olson, and I am just dropping Fran off. And all she could say was how thrilled she was with the job you're doing at the cottage. And I wanted to hand her the phone. She wants to tell you herself, and I couldn't agree more.
Okay.
Here's Fran.
All right. Hey, Fran.
Hey, Ellie. And I'm sorry every time I tried to go over and talk to you.
Oh, I know. It was kind of a zoo.
But it was great, you know, and I appreciate. I was glad I was brought out so I could see you.
Well, I'm so, yes, I'm so glad you came. Keep it going.
You're doing a great job. Okay.